Alright, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Clannad, Episode 4. Alright.
You have committed crimes against the high school and her people. Yeah.
The student council will hear your
Indeed, your pleas.
Your pleas, yes.
Yeah,
yes,
and
exactly.
hopefully this doesn't, squelch out Nagisa's, love and desire to have the drama club, get reinvigorated. But, this is a bit of a complication.
It is. And, maybe it'd be good. Maybe it'd be good to have her have this moment where she
overcomes something.
Have that little bit of a confrontation where she can then plead her case to them, one of them, and then one of them's going to be like, "Oh, is that what you're really interested in? And so cute. I will absolutely be on your side.
Show me your determination."
Right, exactly. Yes,
Yeah.
and then of course, she'll be filled with determination.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's right.
Yes. But given that we've now met more characters, at what point do we start, going on routes and,
Yeah.
doing, I guess we're kind of already on a route, probably,
Sort of, yeah. But yeah, at what point did the character introductions stop? At what point do we say that this cast is the cast that we have and that's what we're dealing with?
Right.
It's a good question because this show is huge.
Yeah.
And the cast is huge.
Yeah. I definitely get the vibe that we're headed even more into the ensemble cast territory side of things. But hey, I like what they're doing with Nagisa, and I really like what they're doing with Okazaki, kind of giving him the opportunity to be there for her in these instances. But let's spend more time, just going in depth with them. I really like that. So, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. Whoa! Oh, okay. So really quick, just no. Hey, siete the Ruru wa Ruru da.
Indeed. It's hard to fight that.
Immediately. Yep.
お前が部活なんておかしいと思ったけど、そういうことなら理解できるね。
実はな、あいつの家パン屋なんだ。そこの奥さんの作るパンがものすごくうまくて
Liar!
一度食ったら虜になる味なんだ。あいつと仲良くしてると、そのパンが食い放題なんだよ。マジかよ。
His voice change.
変な人いました。
変な人じゃないから無関係だな。
変な人待ってください。当然です。そうそういないくらい変な人です。10年に1人現れるかどうか、そう言っても過言ではないかもしれません。
Clearly.
つまり過言ではないでしょう。
ありがとうございます。
礼には及びません。変な人がダブルでいます。
何が変だって
Oh, where do we start?
初対面なのに失礼なこと言ってくれる。
And now you're like, oh, that's rude.
Yeah.
話がしたいだけです。2人で話したいのでついてきてください。この辺で。
So now I'm still following you.
変な人がダブルでいます。
ついてこいって言うから。
ウーコが話したいのはあなたの方です。
お前僕のことも変な人って言ったじゃん。
あなたは髪が変な人です。あなたは存在自体が変な人です。
ワンツー。
もうやめてください。プレゼントのことです。昨日渡したこれです。
ありがとな。それじゃ。
待ってください。もうすぐフーコの姉が結婚するんです。
Wait.
一緒に祝ってくださいませんか。
Oh, go to the wedding with me? So I can have a date?
なんだよ。
Maybe.
Yeah.
結婚式の当日に祝ってほしいんです。フーコのお姉ちゃんは3年前までこの学校で美術の先生をしていました。結婚式を祝ってほしくてみんなにプレゼントを配って。
Oh.
Yeah.
Sure. But he's weird, so why?
みんな感動してくれるはずです。こんなに可愛い。
Oh.
おーい。
Earth to
Fuko!
Yeah, Fuko, yeah.
飲ませるところまで行かなかったか。前の姉さんが勤めてたのって3年前だろ。
Yeah, no one at the school knows her then.
今の生徒で面識のあるやつはいない。特に3年生は受験で頭がいっぱいだしな。
でもフーコは頑張りますお姉ちゃんの結婚みんなにお祝いしてもらいたいですから
God. Yeah, you go, girl. But if this is just a convoluted way for you to ask him out, you should just do that. Like, yeah, yeah.
喧嘩の後は仲直りだ。ちょっと付き合えよ。
なんだ今度は
まあまあ、いいからさ。ちょっとそこまでだ。
Oh my God.
何をしたいんだお前たちは男子トイレなんかに
I didn't
Guys.
do it.
嫌がらせにも程があるぞ
お前があんまり強いから男じゃないかって疑ってるんだよ。
これでも自分を変えようと努力しているつもりなんだが
くそ、このままじゃ終わらせねえぞ。
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
チラシを貼るんじゃなくて生徒に手渡しするってのはどうだ。
Yeah, they got that idea from
そうです
証
Fuko.
明活動
Yeah.
なんてのもうまくいかないだろうしな。
Oh. Hey.
話は聞かせてもらったよ。
First member. Here we go.
Is Tsunahara gonna have a good idea?
約束のパンも食い飽きたしね。
Haha. Gotcha. Yeah, yeah.
生徒会長を校舎裏に呼びつけて全員でこう。
そんなことしたらダメです暴力はダメです
じゃあ話し合い。僕の苦手な分野だね。
Oh, right, right.
すごい価値観の違いだな。
Very big gap.
これがロールプレイングゲームなら。
What role in the party would he be? Yeah.
Just all of them.
なんで仲間に入れるって選択肢がないんすかと話は簡単なのに。さあ、自分らだけで考えてても仕方ないと思うんだよね。それより誰かに相談した方がいいんじゃないの？
Oh, but then you'd actually just have one at that point.
Right.
告白したいやつがいるからって言えば姉貴も遠慮するだろう。なるほどね。
No.
ナイスアイディア。
No, not nice idea. No.
Yeah.
お前に用があるっていうのはこいつなんだ。
私3年 B 組の古
The music change.
Yeah.
突然お呼び立てしてしまってすみません女の子とは思わなかったもので
性別は関係ないだろう。大切なのはハートの熱さだと思うね。
Yes, indeed.
お前もたまにはいいこと言うな。
Once in a blue moon.
本質的にはいいやつだからね。
Deep, very deep down.
ずっと悩んでたんですでも勇気出そうって決めたんですそんなに悩んでたんですか
なんか興奮するね。
Like,
わからないんですどうか話を聞いてくださいわかりました私も真面目に聞きますどうか演劇部を作る手助けをしてくださいはい
Yeah.
Whoa, whoa, animation. Just play.
ごめんなさい私説明が下手で
I thought she's enthroned, just like,
Yeah.
yeah.
ねえあんたこんなのしか友達いないの
Oh,
友達と言い
oh.
ますか演劇部再建を手伝っていただいてるんです
Avoiding that question.
部活動には最低3人の部員と顧問が必要って校則で決まってますからああ、そうよね
So 4, actually.
Yeah.
頭数ならもう揃ってんじゃん
どこに？
この子とあんたとあんた
いやいや。
はあ
Oh.
僕らが演劇なんて興味あるか
Why not? Why not?
チラシやポスターでの募集はできなくても普通に勧誘するなら問題ありませんか。
Yeah, yeah. It's not about not being able to recruit new members. It's about how
Right.
you recruit new members.
Yep.
よーし、明日こそ
よーし
共にホームランだ。お前毎日パラダイスな。
It's
It's a
absolutely
delusion for sure.
Yep.
いつまで続くんだこんなことが
今日は本当に違うんだって。
Press X to doubt.
Yeah, yeah.
どういう意味だ
Join our club.
身につけてるものを褒めろ。その頭につけてるの似合うな。
ありがとう
思いが女だってことは納得した。ならその部分をつけばいいだけの話さ。
Oh God. Oh
めちゃ
God.
くちゃ嫌われてるだろ。そこでお前の力が必要なんだよ。お前、友よと話合ってるみたいじゃん。まあ、
Because I've fallen for her.
だからさ、アドバイスしてくれよ。
Oh my
俺
God.
に好かれる話し方をさ。
Yeah.
うまくいってるのか。大丈夫だ。自然に背伸びしながら。ああ、友よってこんなに美人だからモテるんだ
While naturally stretching.
友よってこんなに美人だからモテるんだろうな。マジ言ってる。光 かれてない？大丈夫だ。自然にヒンズースクワットしながら、ああ、なんだか僕無性に彼女募集中っすって言う。ああ、なんだか僕無性に彼女募集中っす。むちゃくちゃ不自然だ。大丈夫だ。次はボーリングの投球フォームで毎朝僕の朝食を作ってください。
Oh my god.
毎朝僕の朝食を作ってください。
You struck out.
このポーズに意味あるの？いや別に。
No, no. He watched JoJo's last night.
Yep.
こうなったらもう先手必勝。
Chain combo! Ah!
すまん、思わず蹴り返してしまった。
And they censor his face.
He's dead!
演劇に興味ないか？
演劇？
部員募集中なんだ。
That came out of nowhere.
もうすぐ生徒会長選挙だから部活をやっている時間はない。これから何かと忙しくなる。他を当たってくれ。
生徒会長。おい、一ノ瀬琴美、琴美さん。
You want to act in front of a bunch of
おい、
people?
琴美。
Yeah, it totally seems like something she's interested in.
Yep.
俺、3年 D 組の
The little legend!
Yeah.
一ノ瀬さんだろ。
She has such like a mopey look, kind of.
一緒にご本読む？
本を読みに来たんじゃないんだ。
お弁当食べる？
今日は
This went on for some time.
Indeed.
Yes.
部員を集めてるんだよ。名前を貸してくれるだけでも。
He took the bento!
出直してくるから考えといてくれよ。
ともやくん、
なんだ？
またね。
Yes, that's what I said.
よ、
Yeah.
まだいたか。
Trade.
変な人。
Yep.
はじ
Yeah.
めまして。3年 B 組の古川渚です。はじめまして。
They're both wanting to recruit members.
That's right.
演劇に興味ありませんか？
Hell no.
演劇。
部員募集中なんだ。
ふうこ忙しいです。部活をやってる時間はないです。
そう言うな。お前だって朝から晩までそんなことしてるわけじゃないだろ
朝から晩までやって
う。家には帰るんだろ。
ます。帰りません。ずっと学校にいます。
お前な。
I
perfect for theater.
slightly believe her. Only slightly.
ふうこはずっと学校にいます。
Is she the
朝から晩
ghost?
までか。
そうです。
家には帰らないのか。
そうです。帰っても意味がないです。
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Things got really serious.
Uh-huh.
入学式からの帰り道、自動車にぶつかりそうになって、
Oh
気がついたら
no.
学校にいました。
She did get hit by a car.
伊吹先生の妹さん？岡崎さん、お姉ちゃんを知ってる人がいました。
Oh.
私が1年生の時の美術の先生でした。
Right.
Mm-hmm.
妹さんは交通事故にあってずっと入院しているはず。
Oh.
Yeah.
Yep. So she is the ghost.
昨日もパンを買いに来て、妹さんのお見舞い帰りっておっしゃってました。
Mm-hmm.
岡崎さん、聞いたことありませんか？
Uh-huh.
交通事故に遭った生徒の幽霊の話。
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay. Out of all the characters, of course, it's Fuko.
Like, somehow Fuko kind of takes the cake for the strangest of all of the cast.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, Kotomi gives her a run for her money, but...
Sure. Yeah. I think there's like aspects of the other characters there. It's like,
Right.
yeah, but no.
The secondary
Fuko,
library did seem a little sus, you know, but...
no, she seemed more sad.
Oh, well, yeah, but like the idea of like another library that no one goes to and like...
No, she seemed actually, I don't know.
Oh, yeah?
What I think we have different definitions of the word, but basically that when I get a character, when I feel like I understand them, I can't call them like weird or anything like that.
Ah, okay.
But no, Fuko, I had no idea what the fuck is going on in her head.
Yeah, it's the thing of like Tomoyo with the whole thing of like, oh, I thought I was acting like a normal person. It's like, well, the superhero stuff might be a bit out there, but at a school like this, maybe not. You know?
Maybe you're great. Yeah. All
Okay.
right, so maybe we do have ghosts and paranormal shit.
Yep.
Because Fuko.
Yeah.
You died, or you went into a coma.
Right.
And you wander this class
Right.
room and school and all
Carve
that.
the stars and everything to try and, support your sister's wedding. Yeah.
Now the question is,
Mm-hmm.
the question is no one interested in getting recruited because she's not really good at recruiting, or is it because they just can't see her? Like they're just like, oh, I don't know.
That's possible. It's possible. Yeah, who knows?
Yeah,
who knows?
I also think that there's a possibility that she's actually only mustered up the courage to talk to the one weird person,
Right. Yeah. And also, like, I mean, it's great that you put your heart and soul into carving out those wooden little star things.
Right.
But not necessarily an even trade for a lot of people because they aren't as obsessed with them as you are. But
Right.
Yeah.
And they have confirmed something special here by the buildup of Foucault
Yeah.
to let us know that she's not necessarily even a ghost. Because they've been high-fiving all this time. And
It's a good question. Yeah.
So
It's a good-
I
a
would
good
say that Foucault is something,
point. Uh-huh.
but it might not be as straightforward as just ghost.
Right, or at the very least-
non-corporeal being.
Right. At the very least, not a traditional ghost,
Right.
Yeah.
So the question is this a mystery element so we can have a bit of a, Monogatari style situation where we help her get through her problem and
Sure.
then she's able to reconcile her stuff and then she leaves the story? Or is this the kind of thing of where, she's a bit of flavor being added to the story that's going to be there and give us a little bit of a unique perspective on things?
She's going to find a giant yellow backpack and then give Okazaki advice throughout the rest of the series.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Until she, super travels through time to
Indeed.
Become like 7 or something like that.
Right, naturally.
Yeah, of
Yep.
course. But
Drama
okay,
Club.
Drama Club. Nagisa.
Yeah.
She got immediately rejected by the student council. We didn't even meet them.
Nope.
So they're a nebulous force
That's right.
that just exists and is terrifying and
See,
ruruda.
We don't meet them until the Tomoyo versus Student Council battle arc, right? That inevitably comes up later.
Right. It is a very terrifying tournament. Yes.
Yep.
Lots of very strong opponents.
That's right.
It's so strong even that Sakagami actually has to try,
Yeah. 2% of her power. Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Uh-huh.
But they can recruit people, but it's just that the phrasing of the way that
Right.
Nagisa
No
brought it out.
flyers.
Well, right, but the phrasing of the way that she brought it out was that she said she wasn't able to. They weren't allowing her to recruit, which is it's just a little interesting. And I don't want to read too much into this, but I'm going to anyway. Is that Nagisa doesn't really seem to be the confrontational type of person in general, but specifically with this thing that she's really passionate about. I wonder if she's kind of given up on it a while ago, and now that she's kind of having this opportunity to get back into it here, maybe she subconsciously read so much into a thing of them saying like, no, you can't do this, to I can't, make this happen.
Yeah,
I should just give up or something like that.
It feels very much like a like one of those things where, especially when you're young and you're building up your own confidence and everything, especially if you have a situation like Nagisa where, she wasn't able to really socialize and have those friends and everything. So, she's quite insecure.
Yeah.
You have a passion and you're not sure if it's actually like a big serious passion, right? Or if it's just something that's like, you're still exploring, getting to know and sort of fostering, right?
Right.
But then when resistance comes along, all of a sudden it's like, well, I don't know if I actually seriously care about this thing because you haven't been able to yet, know? And so then you don't know what to do because it's not something that you necessarily feel like fighting for.
Nope.
But at the same time, you want it. And so then, she ends up kind of just backing down maybe before she actually needs to.
Yeah.
And then there's the whole thing of, oh, you actually only need 3 members and then a supervisor. So theoretically, with the 2 dudes, you could have a club right now. And they're like, well, we don't actually want to be in a drama club. We're just trying to help her.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, primarily then this episode feels like the kind of the skit episode to give us the setup for Fuko to take the next episode. But okay, if we're gonna be focusing on this though, then the stuff in the space, the room,
right. How does that come into play?
is that still Nagisa or? Yeah, because I'm trying to figure out if this is we are developing all these characters simultaneously kind of anime, or if it's we're going to take time to elevate one of the girls to be
sort
the
of
main
arc by
arc basis. Yeah.
And that the show's decision on that, I'm not going to say which it is, but
Sure.
it becomes more clear as the show goes on.
Well, of course, yeah.
Right. But naturally, But and then don't worry about the whole scenes with the robot and the girl in the room and everything, because that is very intentionally made as mysterious as it is right now.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But we also got some comedy this episode. I liked the sort of reasoning for why they were going to the different characters this episode, even though it was very much set up to be a Nagisa-focused episode, because they're like, hey, well, if you need members, let's go talk to the people we know and see if any of them are interested. Most of them aren't.
And it leads to just, ridiculous
shenanigans, because
Yeah.
it's like, okay, how do we actually get someone to, like, hear her out and everything? Okay, cool. We'll say that it's a love confession. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah. I love the fact that Kyo was just chilling behind the door.
Yep, because of course she is, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, of course. But just the part where she just collapses out through the door.
Yep, love that.
Perfect. I liked the little bit with Kotami.
Oh,
Yeah. Just very aloof.
Yes.
Very, well, no, not even aloof, but like aloof and yet like so focused really on the books that.
In her own world, like.
Yeah. And yet she was so readily willing to let him kind of join in her world.
Right. Just sort of does her little scoot on the floor.
Which was adorable.
Yep.
There's these little moments where KyoAni is just doing extra animation that they don't need to do to communicate the scene, but it does
It adds
much.
a ton. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
But, okay. I'm now actually weirdly curious about her again.
Oh, yeah?
Because once she was introduced, I was like, ooh, interesting. And then once we left her, I was like, eh.
Right. Like, she really did feel like the most likely person to be the ghost, given that it's just like, oh, yeah, she doesn't go to classes. She just sort of hangs in this room by herself. She's always in the same place,
Yeah.
doing the same thing.
Yeah, if anything, I could see this being a debate in that we actually have a lot of supernatural stuff going on.
Ooh.
And Fuko is not the ghost. She's just a being that ends up being like,
she's the other sister of the teacher.
She's stuck. No. She's stuck in this place because she got in a car accident and her spirit is here. But she's not the ghost that is actually the thing there.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so that could be the case, but
yeah, theoretically,
things seem pretty simple.
Like, you could have something where, like, especially since she's not actually dead, like, you don't need to do the thing of, like, the ghost passes on or whatever. You could have it be something where, like, the situation gets resolved and she wakes up and then she continues in the story as just, like, a regular human person.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, totally.
regular, Yeah.
Right.
She still likes those
But then that could be that moment
things.
where she has the memory of all these events still.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, whoa, I actually remember this,
Sure.
Remember you and I talked about this. And
You kept, like, high-fiving me and it hurt.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Although that is actually rather interesting. The fact that they focus so much on that in the beginning, that could have been kind of just a shtick thing for her character. But she actually hurt herself potentially from the
car
knife.
accident. Oh, the knife, yeah.
Well, right. But that might have been the car accident. But then if it was a car accident, her whole body would be like
a mess.
All kinds of messed up.
Oh, but that's less kawaii.
No, I know. But I'm meaning that, like, if it was actually the knife, then how was she, like, how the high fives, how does the knife scratches,
you know,
how any of that
we'd have
work.
we'd have to meet up with some kind of like spirit detective or something to exposit to us exactly how the ghosts work in this world. But you know, because so far the powers of observation of the cast are somewhat limited. I mean, the only person truly trying to be a detective right now is Sunahara, and we've seen how good he is at that. So
True.
you know, yeah.
All right, well, they're setting up more mysteries with other characters. They've given us a little bit to go on with Fuko here.
Yep.
And I'm interested to know why she's wanting to invite people to her sister's wedding. But more specifically, she went to, in the episode here, specifically just to ask. Also, I think I've been saying his name wrong. He says it Okazaki. Not Okazaki. It sounds like he's saying Okazaki. So,
Okazaki. Huh.
Yeah, Okazaki.
It's possible. And my just terrible understanding of Japanese and hearing wrong pronunciations and such could just be that I've been saying it wrong this entire time.
Yeah, I don't know. But, okay. All right. Yeah. If anything, let's see where they take things in the supernatural mystery department, because that's something that I didn't think that we would go into any kind of Monogatari Haruhi kind of, you know, stuff.
Because the
like
show
this.
doesn't need it, but at the same time, it's like, okay, if you're wanting to throw that in there, then cool, you know.
Right. And
what flavor and direction is it going to take?
Right. I gotta also see this being just a red herring. It's not actually that. It's just that's a story that's getting attributed to someone else's real world problems
mystery
that they're
or
dealing
whatever.
with, and she could actually just be running away from an abusive house or something like that.
Yeah.
And she calls it a car accident because, you know, that's easier than explaining that, you know, maybe her dad hits her or something like that.
I did really like that when she said, like, no, I stay here, like, I don't go home.
Yeah, why would I go home?
Yeah, why would I go home? They're like, okay, good joke. But then it's like, wait, is this serious? And then it's like, no, she actually just doesn't. Oh, okay, maybe she's that ghost that people were talking about.
Right.
Yeah.
But all right, yeah. Y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get an early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel.
We stream every weekday. The info's in the description.
Yeah, so if ain't that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.